installing the oxygenator into an existing live well. All right, so what's real important is where are we going to drill and where is that drill bit going to come out? So there's the back of the live well. The bottom's down there, and we can see that these are the two LED lights, and we're supposed to be 2.5 inches from the bottom to put this in. So I can see I got two drain. I have a drain and two live well pump hoses on this side, so I'm going to opt for this side over here. So next step is to find where we're going to drill through at 2.5 inches on center or above the bottom of the live well. So let's measure that. All right, so now looking down into the live well, we're going to measure 2.5 inches from the bottom. So I'm probably going to have to go a little bit higher because of that seat post. So I'm going to measure where this is in relation to that seat post. So we have this seat post and the brace at the bottom. We got some wires down there. Well, that is, I think we're going to have to go right about there, which is say 4 inches down from the light, and then more towards the center. So you might do 3, bring it in right there. So 3 inches down. So 3 inches down from that light puts me about there, and I want to bring it to the center as much as possible. So without messing with the size of this, so let's see where this goes. So if I was to put it right there, 3 inches down. What I'm looking for is I want to make sure that the divider still fits in. So we're going to go right about there. And then 3 inches down. So right there. Let's just double check that. So if that is the center, it's roughly there. Divider can go in. Measure that, make sure when we put the drill bit in we don't hit anything. So we are 3 inches down from that light, and from the center we're right about 2 3/4. 2 3/4 and 3. Let's see where that's at. So 2 3/4, and then 3 inches down. So that would be, so that's going to come out right about there. So I'm going to move these out of the way and then drill that hole in my live well. Hopefully we don't mess anything up, because I have a big hole in my live well. So you're going to need a 2-inch hole saw for your drill. So this is, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah. It says right there, 2 inches. There we go. Hole in the boat. Gotta go the right way. All right, there's a hole in live well. Next step is to clean up this stuff around here. Make sure we get a good seal on there. We came out right where we expected. Get all those burrs off and test fit it. So the key here is I made that long enough so I can run these wires wherever I need to in the back. Let's get those through there. There we go. Alright, so the wires are already through. Let's push it through on the other side. Alright. So a 2-inch hole. Pretty tight. Very tight actually. Super tight. Okay, so the key is, see that rubber seal right there? That's what's going to keep the water from going out. So that's why I keep this a good tight fit, and then on the other side we'll lock nut it. So we got that in there. Get it where you want it. That's it on this side. We've got the oxygenator. Just gotta vacuum up all that crap before it goes down that drain. So make sure you clean it up before you put any water in it and test it. This is to put this nut on. So I'm gonna slide that up this wire. get that fairly snug. Then have someone hold the inside while you tighten this back here. Got it?
Yep.
All right, I'm just gonna grab those pliers. Can you slide those pliers right there to me? Thank you. Got it?
Yep.
Okay.
Good.
So now that that's tight, you can see it kind of sticks out a little bit. But the key is that that rubber gasket is snug, so you don't have any leaks. So what I'm doing here is just sliding on a nylon sleeve. This just keeps it from chafing and everything else. You can see, got it coming down here. And it just keeps it, you know, you can tuck it away and you don't have to worry about those wires getting all nicked up. So this little tool right here is a zip tie tool. This thing's pretty awesome. So the way this works is, give you an example, put it around here. So I know I'm gonna have that negative come popping out for the battery. So I'm gonna put a zip tie right here. The way this tool works is just slide this sucker down here, tighten it, and then you pull this tab right here, cut. The nice part about that is it's flush, so you don't cut yourself. Another handy tool, wire snips. So I want that about there. I'm gonna have that come up right about there, tucked in behind that battery. If you can see that. So that wire's gonna be down there. So I'm gonna snip this and put a got enough on there. I should probably create a bus bar, but I haven't yet. So the positive, I'm gonna wire up to, so I have a battery switch here, and then a 60 amp fuse breaker. So that comes right off of this battery switch. So I'm going to put it right on here, which is the accessories. So when I turn this battery switch off, everything gets turned off. So now I'm just finishing up the positive side. So on the boat, with my boat, I always use the heat shrink. So I heat shrink the butt connection, and then I also throw on a heat shrink adhesive cover as well. So this allows me to make sure that there's no water getting in there, right? Corrosion, condensation. There we go. You can see how that's nice and heat shrunk down there. There's adhesive coming out the bottom, the top, so keep most of that moisture out. Oxygenator's down here. We got the cable. Gonna tuck it up, bring it around. Negative battery post coming around here, and then onto this 60 amp breaker, which is also to the accessories, and then that is connected to this battery switch. So when that's off, all accessories are off, including now the oxygenator, and that's it. All right, oxygenator's on. You can see the little green light filling it up with water. See if we start seeing some bubbles. All right, now that it's filled up, oxygenator put in, you can see we got some bubbles. Pretty easy install. Certainly is working.